Hey guys, it's Kate, and today I'm going to be filming my APhotoAYear challenge, which was a video originally made by Jessica Cabesi. I really hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Basically, what I have to do is I am going through all of the years that I've been doing photography and showing you like one or two from that year. And you can kind of see like how my photography has evolved from start to finish. So I've gone on Facebook, found all my old files, which was kind of hard because I kind of like lose all my files, which is not great. I have a better system now and I actually keep everything on hard drives, which I didn't do before. I usually used to delete stuff after I'd post it on social media, which is so dumb, I know. So we're gonna start in the year of 2012, which is so many years ago. 6 years ago. Wow. I didn't even know I was doing it for that long, to be honest. So this is like obviously in the very early stages of my photography and I was kind of like playing around, didn't really know anything about like shooting manual, I don't think. Maybe I did. I can't really remember when I learned to shoot manual. I think this was with my first Canon T3, so that was like my family camera. And I just played around with it because I was kind of the only one who was really like that into photography. Here's another photo from 2012. This is like the nature stage, as Jessica talked about. Taking photos of flowers is kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like the start of the photo career, you know? Okay, so let's move on to 2013. This must be like when I really started playing around with portraits. I started by like taking profile pictures for my friends because I had a nice camera and I was like, I'll take your profile picture. I'll make it look good. Yeah, so we were at the beach. I can't remember if photography was a big thing for me at this stage. It's always kind of been like just a hobby. And I also don't remember what camera I had when I took this. So 2014, oh, this was like my favorite photo of that time. Just everything about it I loved. This is when I really started to enjoy taking portraits and like actually taking really nice portraits and like editing them. I still think that I used like PicMonkey or something to edit my photos. I started like teaching myself a bit about Photoshop, but I didn't actually have it yet and I didn't have a laptop, so a lot of it was just using my dad's laptop, uploading photos, editing them on like PicMonkey. You know the deal. We've all been there. Even if you're not a photographer, you've probably been there. PicMonkey, it's a thing. I still love this photo so much and I loved everything about it. Like, I was like, screw the rule of thirds. I hate the rule of thirds. I'm just gonna put them dead center. Pretty much put all of my photos right in the center. I really like the dead center look. I don't know why, but I do. Okay. Here's another one from 2014 and it's my friend Valerie again, and she is always just my model. Probably gonna get her to model for me again in the future, but I loved this, and what I loved the most about it was like the magical look of the snow and the white, and like her eyes just pop so much. This was just in my backyard because most of my photography started in my backyard. If I had friends over, we'd go in the backyard, take photos. It was just always in the backyard, always like my front yard, my backyard, around my house, like never left the neighborhood. Like all the scenery is all from the same place. So I think 2015 is when I really started to get more interested in photography as like calling myself a photographer, and I did this photo shoot with my friend at the beach and it really got me so excited for photography in general. I loved the way the colors turned out, and working with a model, especially like when you don't normally work with models, when you work with a model they just kind of are like bam and just do everything and you're like holy crap. Yeah, so she was just like going. She had the moves, the poses, everything. Like, I was in shock. I still didn't have that much confidence in my photos though. I don't know, I kind of always felt like I was like a hit or miss, but I still really liked some of the stuff that came out. 2016. So 2016 is when I started art college. Everything was going uphill in my life. I really started to get into photography. I actually wasn't even sure if photography was what I was going to take, but then when I did my little, you do like a trial class kind of thing, which goes for like a quarter of the year, I was totally down. I was like, I'm doing photography, this is it. And I have another friend who's actually in all of my photography classes this year, and this is her. And we started shooting together after we figured out that we were both into photography, and we were also next door neighbors, which we didn't realize until we were walking home. I absolutely love this shot. I just caught that moment. Like, I caught the exact moment that needed to be caught. Her hair is just so perfectly. Shout out to all my friends because they love modeling for me, which is amazing because I never run out of people to shoot with. And if I do, like Instagram, model call, keep up all night. Okay, so I'm not sure where that cut off. My camera just cut me off, so I don't know if I skipped over anything. I had never had friends that were super into photography, so it was really, really cool. And it still is. Now into 2017. I actually have like a few for 2017. So I'm just gonna like go through them really fast. So here's one of Haley again. This next photo was one of the first weddings I've ever gone to, and I've actually only been to 3 weddings in my life. All 3 of them were as second photographer this summer. This was one of my first. It is absolutely my favorite photo right now. I definitely have other favorites, but this was like, I love wedding photos. I love seeing people getting married. It's so cute and makes my heart melt. I love this photo. The shot was set up by the main photographer, Holly. She was doing like the main photos. I was kind of like in the sidelines. And the only reason I actually got this shot was because my 50mm broke. It fell onto the hardwood floor and like just completely broke that day. So I had to use this lens, which is on my camera right now. I know if I had that 50mm on, I wouldn't have gotten this shot because I don't take wide angle shots. I'm so kind of glad that that lens broke because honestly it's like the cheapest lens you can get. I wouldn't have gotten this shot. I would have gotten something completely different, and I'm really glad that I got this one. This photo was for an assignment this October, I think it was October, something like that. Our challenge for that class was to do a 1-color, like monochromatic assignment. So I went to the dollar store, picked up a bunch of yellow stuff, got my friend to model for me. I absolutely love this photo. This will probably always also be one of my favorites. This is one that I did for an assignment. Actually, I don't even think I passed this in, but we were finishing up an assignment in the studio, and then we were like, well, let's use this like orb thing because we were like learning how to use our flashes. I put the flash inside of this ceiling light, I don't know, but it's like an orb, and I put the flash in it, got him to hold it, and then I photoshopped a moon on top of it afterwards so it looks like the moon's like glowing onto his face. I love Photoshop. Can I just put that out there? Like, Photoshop is awesome. I kind of use Lightroom sometimes now, but Photoshop is my jam. And this shot here was one taken way earlier in 2017, and we went on another little photo adventure, and we went to waterfalls, and we kind of just like explored a little bit of the area on the way. So I don't ever take landscapes, so this was also kind of different, but honestly, like, I'm showing you like my favorite photos from the time that I took them, even though the very first ones, not my faves. But yeah, so now it's 2018. There's so many more photos to be taken. I actually had a really cool shoot yesterday, and I have way more cool shoots to come, and maybe I'll have to do an updated one in the future. Or just like, you know, show my work as time goes on. So I want to thank Jessica for doing this challenge for everybody who is a photographer because it was really fun to make, and it was really fun to go back and look at my old photos. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure that you follow my photography Instagram account, which is different than my regular one. Put a little words right here. Yeah, so if you want to keep up with my work, make sure you follow me there and subscribe to me here. Do all that. I will see you in my next video. Bye!